Hey you guys. Okay, this is gonna be one of, I think, this is gonna be big. All right, I have been dying to tell you guys about the Shark CryoGlow LED mask. I have it, I purchased this, I have been trying it, and you guys know how I am with reviews, okay? I'm not wishy-washy, I'm not silly. I review things after like years. And I feel like you can't really talk about LED, or you can, anybody can. I'm just saying like the results and actually review the results of an LED mask until I think at least like 6 months, maybe years. I've been using mine. I bought this in 2019 and I have many a video talking about this guy. Mine's the first generation. We'll get into him, okay? He's still kicking. Whenever you see these masks, these LED masks, which have become very popular, they always say versus the leading competitor. This is the one they're always kind of comparing against. And so when I saw this come out, because over the years, there's things I wish this could change, you know, a little different, and I'm gonna get into that. I was like, this may be the one. Now, I have purchased ones from Amazon of all different brands, from larger stores. I think I got one from Nordstrom years ago. That was one of those that's more like flat, and every brand's got one of those. That I wasn't a fan of that, okay? I just always go back to this one. And we're gonna talk price, just the specifications, all that. But the LED of it all is a thing. It works. I started that, like I said, maybe in my early mid 30s. I'm 40 now, and I feel like all the things that the LED and the acne prevention says it does. Okay, so that's a legit thing. Quickly before we get into this, I'm no makeup. I got on eye makeup and some lips and my brows, but I completed my peel, my VI peel, 2 days ago. And I'm gonna do a video on Instagram where I'm like in the office showing you guys. Since we talked about it last week, where I was literally, it was like the day after, I had not started peeling yet. It was legit, you guys. Like I got used to not wearing makeup during the week, and of course I was peeling and kind of gross midway through. But at the end, I was like, wow, like I don't really want to put anything on my skin. I think it looks really good. Now something happened this morning. I've been using that, and I want to talk about how a little something. This is not going to be what you expect. Not going to be just like, yeah, this is great. I am such a thorough reviewer, and I want to be honest. And I think that this may surprise you a little. But okay, back to the peel. Day 4 was the worst peel wise for me, and I really started peeling here a lot, like where my problem area is. And I looked in my magnifying mirror. You don't pick it, you don't peel, nothing. It just comes off you do peel, but you don't need to physically peel it. It comes off as you wash. They give you a little kit. I told you guys about that. Again, go to Aesthetic Specialty Center, C Fran. She'll give you 20% off of that, or hydrofacial, anything she does. So I'll put their info below. But pores I didn't know I had, clogged pores, okay? Things in my like breakout zone got dark and came to the surface and flaked off in the peel. And my skin is like, I could stretch it, there's nothing, okay? Now in the areas that's very smooth always on me, I thought that ain't gonna peel. It peeled about day 5, and even day 6, it was still rolling off, okay? My neck, oh my gosh, she put it over that scar. I mean, I'm not kidding you guys. Incredible. It helped, I think, with my pigmentation from breakouts. I had like a something that was kicking, okay? I had some breakouts when I was going in, hormonal. But wow, really helps with like texture. I've got some scarring here. I'm gonna do it in another month, and then I'll do it after that. You could do like a series of 3 ones. I mean, it's great. So go check that out. But I'm gonna do a really thorough review on my Instagram. Let's get back to this. All right, so this mask, it is $349 versus the $455 this one is, okay? We'll get to him. Now, this mask is by Shark. We know Shark. It says it has, so this says it has 480 high-powered LEDs for skin transformation at home. So I did some research. It actually has 160 actual units, but they're tri-wick, which means they can fluctuate to different colors. So I don't know if at the same time, so see, that's the thing, like 460 modes. And I did get this directly from the Shark website, the info, got like my little notes, but on here it does say 480 high-powered LEDs. However, 160 tri-wick, you know what I mean? Whereas this one has 100 that are red only, 62 that are blue. I will address this. This isn't dirt. It's just over time, the silicone or whatever that is turns. I'll tell you how to take care of these. It's fine. So, you know, we've got some differing information, but you know what? I'm not gonna, yeah, if I look at it visibly, it looks more like 160. That ain't 400. So we got some conflicting information. Okay, no problem. But I think what they're saying here is that it has the capability to do that many colors. So they've done some multiplying. So with an LED mask, I'm just gonna do this one because this one is very tedious to turn on, and this weighs like 10 pounds. I'm not kidding. No, this is heavy. Fine, good, we'll talk about it. The red light is for collagen production, think anti-aging, fine lines, smoothing, you know, some anti-aging goodness. All right, and then the blue, this one kind of is a mix, you know, it's like kind of the bluish red. When this one is blue light, a little bit of red and blue, but blue light for acne, which this really does help. It kills bacteria. And then it's got a dual version, very bright. This is what I use most time, 3-minute intervals. Very, very bright. Like when you wear this, you can hardly see. Okay, now I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I mean, they're safe for your, you know, FDA, they make sure they're safe. But I like to do that. It's a combo of the blue and the red. So when I'm getting ready. Now, a lot of people don't know this, and you see people using these LED masks. We are going to get to the nitty gritty of this. Just don't worry. I just got to say this at the beginning. You see people using these LED masks. I've even made the mistake over the years. You're in bed at night. You've done your skincare. You put your mask on. You may as well be spray tanning over makeup at that point. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of that vibe of like, it's not going to get to your skin. It's not like an SPF thing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking like it needs to go on bare skin. And it's just, you're not gonna be getting as good of results if you're putting it on over all these serums, all these things. It needs to just be going over bare skin. And so what I do is in the morning, we're gonna talk about mine because he is piecemealed together. This is again before they did the little improvement several years ago. I put mine on, you know, I put on my lotion, like right after the shower, right after I wash my face, put on my lotion, I'm doing all my things, it's on, I get dressed with this on, take it off. I'm done with my lotion and getting dressed in 3 minutes. It's kind of like a timer for me, 3-4 minutes, I don't know, 3-4 minutes. So we'll discuss why that's a little more difficult with this one, but you need to do it on bare skin, okay? It's not just like, oh, I'm laying around the house, I'm just gonna put it on. You can do that, it's not gonna hurt, but you spend all this money for this, you wanna be using it right. Okay, so that's the benefit of this LED, and you want to be consistent with it. You can't just use it once or pay for some big facial at a spa. Two things I don't like to pay for on facials is LED and microcurrent. Sure, if you are someone that has a new face device at home for your microcurrent, you're using it, and then you go get a microcurrent facial, it's gonna snatch you for a little bit. But if you just go get one, your face is probably gonna be back to normal by the time you go to your event anyways. Same with LED, the benefits are going to be seen long-term. So yeah, if you want to add it into a facial, if you're already doing LED, great. But if you just do it one time, it ain't going to do nothing. Nothing, zip, nada, not going to do anything. So you need to be doing it regularly, and I have really done this regularly. Okay, so let's just talk the CryoGlow. All right, this is what it looks like. Mine is in, I believe, the blue frost color. There's also a purpley color. I just got what I could get because these are really hot little commodities, okay? And I think when I bought mine, I had to like put myself on a list to get it. Now, it's got a padding here, it's got pads around your eyes, so when you put it on, it really seals. So like, I don't feel blinded. And here's my thing. I'd rather feel a little blinded because I want to feel like it's doing something, but it is, okay? This one's almost, I was gonna like too strong, and I'll get to that. Now, one thing that really is unique about this one is the cryo eye plates, okay? Now, these instantly cool. There's 3 cool settings. My biggest thing when I saw this from the beginning was I don't want those there because I don't want to block this area from the red light. If they were hovering over, fine, but these do need to touch your skin. They even come with another piece that clips on that will raise it a little if you're, just the shape of your face if you need to make contact. So that is something else. I thought these were removable when I looked at it online because it said they're clip in, clip out. Really, these are permanent, but the other piece that it comes with in the kit can clip in and clip out. So you can turn them on during your treatment or not. But if they're not on, it's just, I feel, wasting this entire area of getting the LEDs. This one also hovers above your face a little bit, which I don't mind. Like the LEDs are very close to the surface. This one has a little bit of a padding where there's a little bit of a, you know, separation between your skins, and it doesn't fit my skin exactly. You don't want like hot spots of the LED or just laying on your face. You want it to be lifted a little so it's a glow of LED more evenly. Again, I don't like that the eye plates are blocking this. Now the cooling was nice. However, when I've used the cooling in the morning, and again, I've just now kind of gotten back into it after the peel, I feel like it is very, I cannot do it on the coldest. It feels too cold. I do it on the lowest or medium. The medium's even a little much. But I think it keeps you from realizing just how hot the mask is getting. The mask has a fan. I'm gonna turn it on in a second. But when I remove this, my melasma and my hyperpigmentation is out in a way that it's not when I wear this one. If you're prone to melasma or hyperpigmentation, I would say skip this. And people don't really realize but this one I think is fine. Is it stronger? Is it not? I don't know. I mean, you can see how bright this one is versus how bright this one is. However, when you turn this one on, it gets brighter as you put it on your face, which we'll talk about. But something about this one, I don't know if it was because it was more sealed to my face. I do feel that there's the same type of strength here, but there's something else happening. I don't know if it's the heat. I don't know if maybe there is a little more LED. I just don't think I need any more strength than this, because this has been working. And this, again, I feel when I take it off, it looks like I've been in the sun, and there's no UV light, there's nothing, but it does heat my skin up. And see, I used it this morning, and it does make and before my peel, I wasn't really like sensitive about that because I was just like, not used to my skin looking a certain way, but I guess, I don't know, I just was very, I don't know, I don't want that to happen. And I never noticed that with this one. Again, my biggest complaint is these. Now, the tech of this is something that doesn't have. Again, when I'm getting ready in the morning, when I'm putting this on, I'm not gonna be able, I have to like literally, because I do this when I'm not wearing clothes, okay? I get out of the shower, I put this thing, okay, it's a lot, and then I clip it here so that I can like put my lotion on and then, you know, do the thing. Okay, I'm like, I'm sweating. Like, see, like this one, I feel like I can breathe a little. This one is, you know, fine, good, but you do have to wear this one longer than that one. The treatment times are longer. So maybe that's, again, what, maybe they're the same strength, but the treatment's longer. It's heating up more, and the cooling eye gels may be kind of distracting you from how hot the mask is getting, because I did turn them off at one point, and I was like, ugh. Now a fan does run the whole time. This is a very like little smart device. It's very heavy, very quality. You know, I feel like for the price, this is cheaper than the Dentist Gross, but I don't know, takes a minute to get started. You turn it on, you hit routines, you can scroll down and see your progress. It tells you how much you've used it. There's a little tutorial at the beginning. You hit routines, and you can hit the better aging, which it says a 6-minute cycle, smooths fine lines and wrinkles, and firm skin, and that's the red light. Then it has skin clearing, which is 8 minutes, eliminates acne causing bacteria. If you have a teenager, or if you are someone that has like, I'm not talking like me where I'm like, oh, I'm breaking out and I've got like, which I mean, it sucks, like some hormonal issues here. If you've got like acne, and maybe I would say blast whoever's faced with this, okay, that might work. But again, it's, the heat bothers me. Okay, eliminates acne causing bacteria. All right, great, that's what I like. Now this one is different than mine. When I do mine on the blue setting here, that's red, blue. It's almost like it's like that. Now it works, okay. So whatever it's doing, see, like that third setting is almost blinding. This one starts blue, like blue, blue, blue for about a minute. Then it goes to a mix. It looks like a mix, you know, because it's the dual tip LEDs. Then it goes to a mix, and then it ends with red. Now at the end of that cycle, at the end of 8 minutes, like this morning when I took it off my face, I looked like a tomato, and I did have to put some concealer on my melasma, which I haven't had to do in a long time. You can just run it on the cooling eyes only. The cooling felt good. I don't know, maybe if you've got very swollen eyes, this may be good, but there's something else I like to do for that. I just don't think it's necessary. I just wish they hadn't have done that. I just wish that this would have been just a really legit mask. This is a lot. I feel like in a couple years, you're gonna see this change, just like you saw changes to this one. But this is very high tech. It's very heavy. It's clunky. It is what it is. You can get this adjusted, I think, really nicely to where it sits on your face really great and comfortable. Then there's a third setting. This turned off. Again, it's not just a put it on, press a button type thing. It's got to start up, hit routines, go over to skin sustain, which is a 4-minute. Maintain smooth, even skin that glows. Now this is like, okay, once you've done all the others, you can do this. Now I'm kind of confused with this one, like which settings do I use? I want it all. You know, I want the anti-aging, I want the acne. This skin sustain sounds good, which we'll talk about the infrared in a second, but it's too much to do it all at once. You're gonna be red and blotchy. It also says it could cause drying and irritation. You don't want to overdo LED, and we'll talk about that in a second. The skin sustain, I'm just like, okay, should I just do that since I've been doing LED for so long? You know, I do like this one. I feel you can do 3 minutes of red, 3 minutes of, and it's just gentle. It works. It's done. Or you could just do the one together. You know. So with the skin sustain, this has, it says not. The infrared light, they have a deeper infrared that is going to maintain your smooth, even skin that glows. Now, with infrared light, that goes deeper than, okay, turn off. It goes deeper than the, that's cute. It says see you tomorrow, and then at the end of your cycle, it says don't forget to moisturize. It's cute, okay? But the infrared light, you do have to be careful with. I hope that people don't really overdo this. I think that also could be why my melasma has come out more, because you do not ever want to use something on an infrared setting if you've got any scarring, any melasma. And I feel like if you're trying to combat acne, the last thing you want to do is then fire up an infrared setting or do that, because it can sometimes bring out like the scarring, the hyperpigmentation. It's just something you can look into. I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm just reviewing these products as someone that's read about this. I'm just delivering the information I've read and my personal experience with LED masks and trying these things over the years. I also have some LED glasses I'll talk about, because I want to get into some other sort of gimmicky LED devices and stuff in a second. LED light, or infrared light, which is what this third setting does on this shark, the deep infrared, over time, if overdone, can cause irritation and deeper your pigmentation. And that's just something I'm like, I don't need that. So that's a setting I would probably not use. Now the Shark says it has 5 times more energy than the leading competitor. Again, when you look at the actual numbers of the diode, or the diodes, you know what they are, the little lights, the LEDs, it does look like this one has quite a bit more. But again, I'm apologizing. This is not dirty. It's just over time. I don't know if it's the heat or if, yeah, like little serums or things that I did have on my face that sometimes cause that to turn. I'll show you how to clean these too. Just don't be grossed out. It's fine. You can kind of see that. Now, I liked this one, how the pattern of the LEDs, there's a lot more around here, whereas this one doesn't have quite as many. But here's the thing with LEDs. It doesn't matter where the lights are. In fact, if they're in a cluster, it can create a hot spot. When you turn this on, it glows. Like when you see it getting close to my skin, it's glowing on all those areas, okay? Now, this comes with, like I said, the replacement patches. It comes in a really nice box that's very well presented. And you get a little nice charger. You get a little carrying case, same as you do with this one. This one, you know, you just plug in up here, you press the button and go. Big user guide. It's a very big box, okay? It's, you know, big nice box. This one also came in a big nice box, but I'm just kind of giving you guys. So yeah. I think people that have never tried an LED mask before that might really like this. If you have tried LED, you also might really like this. We're all different. But my point is, I just feel that, yes, this one's more expensive, $455 versus like what, the $349 of this one. And you might think, but look, it's so much better. I disagree. I think this one is, more worth for what you're gonna get, because it's doing the same thing without, I feel, the potential of being too strong or too much heat or too much irritation. There's just something about this one that when I take it off my face, it just feels like, I don't know if my skin looks better after, of course, over time, sure, But with the melasma, with any sort of hyperpigmentation, I can't do this, but this one is fine. Okay, now I'm sure over time, this one probably hasn't been, this one may accentuate a little of that too over time, but not like, but you guys have seen my skin, it's fine for the most part with this one, but I'm still very red after using this morning on the acne setting. And I just don't know if that's what I'm looking for. I also don't love the clunkiness of it, and I hate doing reviews like this where this is bad, this is good. I'm not saying that. I'm just being very honest with you guys because this is a lot of money. There are things that I like about this. It's got the little padding, which could be harder to clean. It really cups around your eyes. So when I turn this on, I can't even I can't even tell I'm wearing a red light mask as far as the light goes, whereas this one will straight up blind you, which I don't know, that might be good or bad. But I do feel like when I'm wearing this, when the light's brighter, I'm sorry, I just do. Even though this one feels hotter, I don't want it to feel hot. This one I kind of feel little tingles, little ooh, I can feel something's happening. Okay, let me turn this brow on, come on. Okay, now this is, I'm just being honest. Yesterday when I was using this did malfunction. A big QR code came up and said remote malfunction, and then I couldn't do anything with it in a minute. So something that is this quote techie, could it have more issues? Yeah. I don't know. This one's never had an issue. It's like I said, 2019, 5-6 years old, and I've never had a weirdness with it. I've charged it hundreds of times, probably. That might be an exaggeration. I've charged it a lot. I've used it a ton. Okay, so let me turn this on. I just want to compare the light output here. Okay, so here's this. Again, when you touch it to your face, it's going to be brighter. So I don't know. Okay, now let me touch it to my face so you can see. Okay, I don't know how. It is at the... Okay, you can kind of see that when you touch the eye patches, this does get brighter. So yeah, lots of LED light. Okay, you got, that's pretty bright. And then you can see the other setting. Let me turn that off. Turn the blue. The fan runs for a couple minutes after you turn it off as well. All right, let's do the skin clearing. So see, this starts blue, okay? That's it. No, it's not. Oh yeah, okay, so it was already on the bright one. So let's get it on your skin. All right, so it's kind of taking a minute. All right, so this is blue. Now it starts blue, really blue for a minute. This is the acne setting on this one. This is such a sad looking mark. Dr. Dennis Gross, listen, I've slung these. I never asked for free stuff, ever. And I don't even prefer free thing. I like to buy something so I can review it on my own terms and not be held to anything. But let me just say, I've sold probably hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of these over the years, recommended them. Maybe sling me one. Okay, so this is the blue light setting on this. This then turns to this, and you can see it is very bright. It's very blue for a minute, and then it turns this color. Now this is a mix of both. Now this has kind of done a good job for me, okay? It's gentle, it's handling the acne, never have any rogueness here, just hormonal things, which I don't know. This is whoa, this is very bright. Like I said, this is the setting that I used this morning. I kind of would like to keep this because I have considered, it's expensive, and I will probably just continue to use this one. I've considered returning this, and then I'm the only thing that I would really like this for, sorry, I have a sound bowl here, and every time, I need to move these. Every time I tap it, it's boom. What I would like to keep this for, turn you off, is, see you tomorrow, maybe, I don't know, I'm just kidding. What I would like to keep this for is for the acne setting, where if something goes awry, right, or my child is entering puberty and she's getting some stuff, that might be real good if you've got an emergency to just, we're not going to be using it all the time to then create the extra pigmentation. For me, if it's not an issue for you and you don't have melasma, this might be good to blast your face with. However, too much of it can cause that, especially the infrared. Be careful with that, the setting that has the deep infrared. here's the thing. Now, I know someone's listening. If you're a person that's like an esthetician, or if you're like really a scientist here, and you're like, no, that's not, I'm getting all this information I have read from either the website, the warning, from specifics, or things that I have researched about overusing the infrared light. Okay, it's not like I'm just saying it's stuff that I've read. Okay, I'm just saying it's stuff that I've read. You may have a different opinion. You may have read something different, but I'm just saying for me, like, I feel like my face right now is still glowing red. Like, I feel almost like I have a sunburn from using that acne setting, because I'd been using the red, and the red was fine, although I did feel a little like, you know, like I couldn't breathe, and it was getting hot and sweaty. But the blue this morning kind of freaked me out. I don't know. It was a longer setting. It did cause me to get red. My melasma was really dark. So I don't know. That does freak me out. But again, I could see the difference in the strength in this one with the acne setting. If you've got acne and you're really just wanting to blast your acne, I would say do the acne setting on this, but maybe don't follow up with that third infrared, because then you don't want to darken your spots. Now, the infrared, that third setting, says that's what it helps. It's gonna help and brighten and smooth. But it's a fine line where if you do overuse it, which this is a home device, like I said, it gets hot, it's very strong. You could easily overdo it and then have the opposite effect. So that's just, you know, here's the thing. I think if it weren't as clunky, I think if this was, like I said, it malfunctioned that time, sure, that could happen. I was just literally in the middle of a session, and it stopped, and I thought, well, am I done? And I looked, and it said remote malfunction, and it had a QR code. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? And then it went off, and then I couldn't turn it back on for a minute. So that's something to think about with something that's kind of techy. This one's never malfunctioned, although it is held together by like a string and a prayer. Guys, my thing here is I'm never going to say, don't get this or get this one instead. Take the information, do with it what you will. This I did buy years ago during the anniversary sale, and I think at the time it was probably like under $400, because for one, they were cheaper back then. Two, it was during the sale. I have contemplated over the last couple years getting the new version that has the nice head strap, which I really like. But I always think like I could figure something out, you know, but then I never do. This used to have like 4 straps, and this is one of the original straps, but this is the problem. These break. And that's not a problem because they fixed it, okay? This is like the ancient one. Now it's got these beautiful, nice straps, but I believe the mask is the same. Maybe they've even improved the mask over the years. But if I were a consumer and I literally had none of these, I would probably be deterred by the price on this one. Say, look what all I can get for this price, for like $100 less. If I had to choose, I would choose this one. I think this one's, I don't want to say safer, because again, they're both FDA cleared, but I think for the results that you want, if you want to use this when you're relaxing, if you want to use it a little too much, if you know you just want to do the quick session in the morning, it's going to help. I feel like my skin is proof of that. I feel like it's looked real good over the years. I feel like I have noticed, you know, it looks good, like what collagen production or things that you take for collagen or things that stimulate collagen like this is supposed to, like, the results that you would expect. I feel like my skin is doing all those things. So I really would go with this one. Now, negatives to this one, and we're going to get into my other little devices in a second. Negatives to this one is it's very face specific. It is kind of shaped like one particular face. Now, when I put this baby on, again, this is so sad. Look at my side shoestring. I have a good, I have a ginormous noggin, okay? It's not covering the top inch of this. And listen, to scale, my forehead isn't that big for my face, okay? But if you had a big old forehead, this ain't, you know what I mean? And none of this, none of that. So I would prefer one that's bigger, and that's why I bought those sheet ones, and I didn't like that. I just always go back to this one. When you turn it on, it glows around that area anyways, and it's fine. But what you can do with this one is You can also, when you're in bed, because I have done this in bed, because sometimes I'm like, who cares? I'll put on my neck cream later. You know, I'll just do my face, and then I'll take this to bed, and I'll do this on my neck while I'm like watching TV. You can flip it, and you can put your chin in the hole, and then you get a little more extra. I've done this on the acne setting, where you get more like acne treatment here. Do this, and then you got a little neck treatment, okay? A lot of people don't know that. You can flip this one. It's like you can just do that. So, I don't know, you guys. Are any of them perfect? No. But this guy, I trust, and I like, and he's easy, and I can pack him on vacation. This guy, I would never take on vacation. This is so heavy, and it's so clunky. And again, I don't really love the experience of using it in the morning. It is very heavy when you wear it on your head, and there's nowhere to put my remote when I'm naked. And that's a real sight to see. Okay, don't imagine. But like, Brad will come in the morning, like I'll be getting ready, and he always comes on the same flipping time, okay? I've just washed my face. I got my robot, and I've got my stupid mask on, and I'm putting on lotion, and I'm like, and it's like, here I am, you know? Good morning, honey. I need to tell a story of the podcast. He did have a fall. My poor husband, he suffered a fall about 2 months ago. I was in my closet, which is like, it's the room right next, it was right at the top of the stairs. And so funny because he was coming up the stairs, and I was in there with my mask on, and I had my robe on, looking real hot. And I could hear him coming up the stairs, and it was dark, and I had just turned out, because I had a little lamp in my closet, and I just got in there to get something, so I didn't have like my full light on in there. I turned my lamp off, and I was in there, and I was coming out for the night, okay, like to come in here. I was turning my closet light out, and I stood there a minute, and I thought, I hear him come in, and if I step out in the foyer, he's going, bah! So I kind of stood there for a minute, and I thought, I kind of don't want to scare him, but I kind of do. So I stood in the room, and it was glowing in there, so I'm sure he could see that. But I also have that neon sign in there, so he probably thought that's what it was. And so right when he hit the top of the stairs, I thought he was at the top of the stairs, which probably would have been, ooh, that would have been real bad, actually, looking back. We've all seen the staircase, am I right? I kind of want to, like, install cameras at the top of our stairs, just in case if, like, for me or for him, if one of us, you know, has a little, ooh, we've had a fun night. And I don't want to go away because, you know, he's come up the stairs late and have fallen, and then what? They think I did it, or vice versa, you know? So maybe that's, you know, put your indoor cameras, you know, have one aimed at that area, you know, to maybe like save you some future legal issues. God bless. I hope not. Be terrible. But anyway, so I stepped out, and when I did, he wasn't all the way up the stairs. He was halfway up that second part of the stairs, and he made a noise that I've never heard anyone make before. Oh, and he fell down. He just hit the deck and just slid. Whoa, I almost fall off this. Slid, you know? And oh no. And so I had to sit with him for about a minute for him to get his bearings back, because then I thought he was going into like a cardiac situation. So you can really scare the shit out of your family with these. They're not... For many reasons. I mean, look, and they're not. Okay, we know. Okay, that's that. So I hate to say, would I recommend this? Yes, no. With the information I've given you, take it or leave it. I think a lot of people are going to say, but it's cheaper, let's get it. Well, I don't know. For me, I'm just about like the long-term, whatever's happening with my skin, I'd rather have this one. And this one I bought before this. So this guy's probably like going on a long time. Now this, I lost my little strap to as well. Not because it broke, just because I think it bothered me. You can just put this on and it'll stay. This is just a little, well, that's really bright. This has so many LEDs concentrated around your crow's feet area. I'll link to this as well if you just want something for your eyes. But if you're gonna buy this, you might as well buy this, okay? I don't use this guy much. Sometimes if I'm in bed and I've already like done everything and I'm like, you know what? It's probably not penetrating, but who cares? Or maybe I just won't even put my eye cream on and then I'll just wear this. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I'll do that. But so I have those. Now also I have this. This is a wand. Now I love to travel with this. There's a lot of times I don't pack my dentist gross mask. I'll just pack this. I love this solar wave wand. It has a galvanic current for your, it's very concentrated. heat when you, oh my gosh. This I do like at night, and I do like to put a little bit of something to help it glide, and you can just glide it here, okay? This is real nice. I really like doing that. This is on my nightstand. So, you know, if I ever just want to like, if I'm just in bed, I'm like, yeah, you can turn this and you can, since my mask doesn't really go on my chin area much, it's kind of nice. But here's what, neither does this one, okay? The Shark one, let me show you for a comparison. So I do recommend that little guy. I realize I have a lot going on here. The Shark, just drop them. The Shark covers my forehead, okay? But again, the lights don't start until, let me find it. And then this pad is covering to about here. So you have to keep that in mind as well. So really, is it better? The pads around your eyes really cover that so that like it seals in so that you can see out without it glowing around your eyes. But then sometimes I'm like, I want the light to be reaching my eyes a little, right? And let me show you how far it goes down. So it does go, let me put it on completely. My hair is gonna be destroyed, who cares? What's new? Now look, again, I have a big old face. Look at my, okay, to position these to where they're supposed to be, because that's the most important thing. My chin is still not in the device, because I do have a, whoa, I do have a, see this thing? I do have a big face, okay? Now if I get my chin in there under the little lip, then the eye pads are here, and that's too low. So again, the fit with this one is just a little more difficult. And this one I feel, yeah, while it is shaped like a face, like you can just put it on and it doesn't matter. Or it just glows out around wherever it needs to be, okay? Again, I do prefer this one, I do. And it's more simple, for me personally, I prefer that. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the Shark one. However, the only, like I said, I really like the power of the acne setting, but that is not something that I'm gonna be using when I just get like little hormonal breakouts. That would be like if someone really had a lot, and by then I guess I'll just get something else, or I don't know. I do wanna kinda keep it, but guys, I just don't know. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it? Talking about the eye patches, again, that was my biggest drawback when I bought it, was like, oh, you know, can you remove those? And I thought you could, but really the clip-on eye patches that it says are just another piece that it comes with. And that's the carrying bag. So it comes with these so that if your face shape when you put it on doesn't like, it doesn't touch, they're a little more scooped out so that it creates contact with your face, and you just snap these right out. I couldn't do that because I'd be sitting 5 inches from my face. It's just the way my face is shaped, I guess. So that's that. Oh gosh, you guys, I don't know. It's like I wanted it because I thought it was gonna be stronger, it's gonna be bigger, and I liked that. But now I'm realizing with LED is stronger better, and just, you know, I think you need to be careful with your hyperpigmentation stuff with LED. That's all I'm gonna say. And I think this one's got it balanced pretty well. Now the cleaning, okay? Again, don't be alarmed. This is not dirt, it's just the silicone that's really turned a nasty color. I guess that's silicone. Get some isopropyl alcohol, put it in a small little travel container. This I got with like a micro needler a long time ago that I no longer use. I always just cover the little port, you know, with my hand, my fingers, so it doesn't spray in. And I do this like every few days. You spray it, you can let it sit and sanitize. But I always have a hand towel or something by my sink, and I just will wipe it. So you could do that with that as well, because it says clean after every use. You could just have a little thing of alcohol, spray it, wipe it down. That is important too. Now with the cryo things, I didn't notice much depuffing. If anything, I noticed after all the heat, after the mask, my eyes did look a little puffy. With eye depuffing, it ain't hard. Okay, and I did not get these out, but I will link to my eye roller that I love every morning without fail. I have 2 that I love. I just really like the original old like Skinny Confidential one. I did get the mint one that I love too. I carry that on vacation with me, and it's nice. It's shaped a little different, but just that old original was good. I get it out of the freezer every morning while I'm making breakfast, And I'm not kidding, you look at yourself, and then after, when I come back upstairs, I look like a different person, okay? That ain't a gimmick. The ice roller works. These little cheapo ones that we've had for years too, these work. I'm not kidding, like, these will snatch your face, okay? Talking about, oh gosh, you know, all those, like I said last time, drain your double chin, get rid of this and that. Just do this, okay? And then do your little gua sha, do the thing. And if you've ever been crying or your eyes are really puffy from allergies, I'm not kidding you guys, take your ice roller first of all. You can take this and you can really go to town for a couple of minutes and it's gone. I mean, you look great. I also have this roller. I have all this Skinny Confidential roller. I like it. This isn't my favorite. I feel like sometimes these can pinch a little. This is fine. I like this. Again, your rollers, spray with alcohol, okay? Always keep them nice. And you can give them a little wipe. And the most, okay, and again, gua sha. Okay, this is my favorite one. It's the Colleen Rothschild. I don't know if she still sells this, but there's so many other brands that have these. But put on a little bit of an oil. You know, we've talked about this over the years. Go to town. Up, down, down, down. And that really helps too. Now, you can take the gua sha with some oil. You can lift. If you do that, I see all these people that are like, look at this. Look, my eyebrow's this high now. It would be with anything. You could take a piece of cardboard, which don't do that. You could take this with oil and then look at it, and temporarily it's gonna look more lifted than the other side. But these I don't like, okay? There are brands, and I'm not gonna tell you even what you can get these for 99 cents or you can get them for $99. It's literally one brand that has manufactured these. What it says doesn't even make sense. It says clean, EMS, hot. Like, it doesn't make any effing sense. You're just toggling through colors and they're there, but I don't know what they're doing. Guys, like, I do feel like this is such a gimmick. And when you put it on, it does like vibrate. And then sometimes it gets hot, but only on certain colors. You're running it through. To me, it's just kind of one of those cheap things that are very mass produced that is doing nothing. When you say, oh my gosh, look, this got rid of my double chin. No, it didn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't, okay? That's an insult. Like, I don't have a double chin, I'm not, but if you do, I'm sure you felt insulted. Like, if you could get rid of it, you would, okay? That ain't happening. But I did kind of like this. I would use it in bed and it would be kind of comfortable. I'd be watching Outlander and I'd just be using this for a long time. And then one morning I had like a big red streak on my face and I was like, oh no. Like, do I have, like, what's happening here? I don't know. I think I overdid it just because it was just felt good. Now, this is nice, but I don't think it's doing anything, okay? And I know someone's going to disagree, whatever, sure, use it, love it, but I wouldn't pay anything for one of these. I see the ads all the time where the girl's going like this, look, I've lifted it. Again, you could do that with something like this, and I would recommend, here's what, my thing, this is what I use. I would recommend this mask, okay? Get you like a gua sha stone or whatever, one of these little rollers maybe, okay, for that kind of stuff, and an ice roller. And you know what, you're good. Now these little wands and stuff, extra beautiful, wonderful. I would recommend this one. I really do love that Solar Wave wand. And then I also have the Solar Wave, I know you guys, like spot acne treatment, which this thing is cool. If you've got like a big ol' something happening, you can turn this on. And it's a little concentrated, like very concentrated. You can just hold it on. And it goes in like a sequence. And I really do feel like this helps like flatten it. It helps it heal faster. You know, just use it every now and then if you feel like something's coming on or if you've got something happening. Kills the bacteria. But I just really hate that. I don't know, like I wouldn't have spent money on something if I didn't like, you know, there's so many things from hair devices to, you guys know all the things that are buzzed about and highly reviewed that you've probably never seen me talk about, because one, I'm just like, I ain't spending money on that because I don't want it, you know, or I just don't, I'm not gonna buy something just to make a video like, oh, because this is something that's hyped up. I bought this because you can see I love LED stuff, and I really thought it was gonna replace my older one, which I still felt a little guilty about replacing anyways. But I don't think so. I just don't think this is it. Again, the only reason I'd keep it was if something happened and I just had tons of acne, or maybe if you have a teenager that has a lot of acne or you're struggling, and I don't mean just a little here and there, I mean like you're having a big issue, this might blast your whole face. You know, that might really help. But as far as the others, I just feel like you could do this, and I don't really love the whole deep infrared setting and how it has extra deep infrared, because again, I think that it can go the other way if you're not careful. And how do we even know how to be, you know what I mean? You can overdo this very easily because it's relaxing and you like it. And again, the technology of it scares me. Because no, I don't like things that are too techy, because to me, I'm like, it could break. This feels, you know, like when you buy an Apple product and it feels quality, that's what this feels like. This does not feel cheap. And I'm surprised that it's not more expensive. $349 is a lot of money. But I do feel like there's a lot that could go wrong. And like I said, just even several uses in, mine malfunctioned. And it worked after that, but I'm just like, I don't know if I trust, I don't know. This one just is a tried and true. I don't think you can go wrong with it. If you've got this, I don't think you need that. You know, I don't think if you think, oh wow, I've plateaued, am I gonna get more benefits out of that? I think over time, that might be too much. I think you can definitely overdo it with LED light. Like I said, with your pigmentation, with all this, at this point I'm rambling. But that's, I think that, and I'm glad that I tried it, because now my curiosity is done. If you've got an ice roller and all that, you do not need the cryotherapy patches. I think that's something they added to set them apart from other things, because there are so many LED masks on the market. And like I said, this is the one that's like the leading competitor that they all kind of compare themselves to. There's ones that are thousands of dollars that are real, but again, I just think that one does the job. And it is expensive, but as I told a friend of mine one time who was contemplating buying, she really wanted to buy this really expensive moisturizer, I think like over a couple $100. And I was like, it's great, but I think you could get away with using this moisturizer that's $28. And why don't you invest in this mask? Like, she won't buy this mask. And I'm like, this won't ever run out. And it's gonna give you all the benefits that you're looking for in that moisture. You know what I'm saying? So I think these are a good investment to have. And I just really do prefer, I love that one, okay? And I also think doing skin treatments, like I know I did that peel. I'm hooked, I love it. Fran is my girl, like I'm gonna go to her. Like I've never had an esthetician that I'm like, I'm gonna keep going to, or I really connected with. And she kind of, I trust what she asked me. A lot of times you go get a facial, or you go get, you know, like something at a med spa or at a doctor's office, and they're like, so what do you use? That's always their first question. And I'm always hesitant, because they're always going to say something like weird about something I'm using, or think something, well, you're not buying all the products from our med spa here. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, usually that's the vibe, like, what, you're using what? And no, like, it was just, I felt so comfortable with her. And I really do feel like over time my skin's going to benefit, because I can be honest with her. Not that I'm not, but that I can like be honest with her, and she can like actually help me with stuff. So guys, that's it. I really hope that you took something from this, and that if you were contemplating that mask, that helps you. If you were curious about LED masks at all, that helps you. If you have this one already, it made you feel better about it, I don't know. Or if you were looking at this one and you really want one that is gonna do all the things that I told you it does, that you'll get this. But again, like I said, with the cryo thing, that's what I was getting at. That's really what they use to set this apart. And you can get these same benefits, if not better, with an ice roller that's gonna do your whole face. So, guys, I love Shark. I love my steamers. Oh, the hair thing, I don't have it, but my sister-in-law does, and it's really nice. They're a great company, and this is a great product, I feel, but I just want us to be real about, like, stronger isn't better. Some of the things might not be great. The pad on the forehead, I think it's bigger, but the pad on the forehead's taking up this much space. It's not getting around my eyes, and it's not getting here. That was my biggest thing. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I will link to everything I talked about. This is one of my favorite sweaters, and it's currently half off right now. So, and I have it in black as well, so that might be something good to grab. I'll put that below as well, and I'll talk to you guys very, very soon.